what is going on, guys? Coach Joe here at the Lions Den, and as I said before, big news. Okay, so if you didn't know through social media, follow me on Instagram, which you should be. The big news is that I am going to Team Worlds. So last week I got contacted by Willie Wessels, who runs USS Strongman, which is the organization that I compete in. Text message was something like, "Yo Joe, call me ASAP." Called him, and it pretty much was, "We have an opening for 105, which is under 232, spot for you on Team Worlds with a couple other guys. Do you want in?" Hell yeah, that's huge. It's gonna be my first international competition. It's the end of September, and I will be traveling to the Ukraine, which is the first time I'll ever be overseas, so there's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on, especially in September. I had signed up for a previous competition at Todd Georgie's gym. It's New York Record Breakers, and I'm still gonna do that. And for that, it's actually a maxed out competition. So there's a bunch of different events you can pick from, but if you pick 3 and you compete in 3, you get an automatic invite to nationals. So that's what I did. So I will have the invite to nationals once I compete for that. And then 2 weeks later, I'll be hopping on a plane and going to Worlds, which is just gonna be crazy. So that's kind of where my training's at. I thought I'd have a little bit of downtime. Instead, I'm just ramping right into it and gonna really seize this opportunity. Now, this is gonna be a recap of my second training block, which is pretty cool. So my first block was a developmental block, lots and lots and lots of volume, a lot of beltless work, and then no low bar squats. So starting it off for this week, I actually kicked it off with log clean and press, which was awesome, and one of my favorite lifts. It's both gonna be in the New York Record Breaker as well as Worlds, and that's gonna be an event that I'll be competing in for the log clean and press. So we're programming for it. And on this, we did 4 reps, and it starts at RPE 7, 4 at 8, 4 at 9, and then you have to do a back off set. So I think my attempts were from like 225 all the way up to my top set at 270, and then a back off at 255. Feeling really strong and good with this. Technique came back pretty much after that first session. I was excited to do these anyway because it's one of my favorite lifts, like I said. At the same time, Coach Tanya was participating in this with me, so it was really cool to help her and how fast she started picking it up. Granted, there's a lot of room to work on for both of us, but just to see how quickly she can kind of hop in and get after it was really impressive. So a couple things I was really trying to emphasize was really rolling it up my body with good speed and then working on my press. Now, most strongmen are gonna press with a push press. However, with that Olympic lifting background that I have, I like to use the push jerk. And the thing that I also like about the push jerk is, say I can't lock it out fully, I can still press it the rest of the way out in strongman, and that's a really cool advantage of competing in strongman, where in Olympic lifting that wouldn't happen. So for me, that's kind of my default pressing method. I haven't really messed with the split jerk too much, and I don't think I will. I'm gonna stick with that push press, or push jerk, I mean, and you know, the fallback is gonna be the push press lockout. But other than that, feeling good, having a lot of fun with it. You know, this is definitely an intense amount of cardio, doing the log clean and press, full body movement. I've never blacked out from anything besides the log clean and press and the keg clean and press. So getting your breathing down is gonna be key, and making sure when you're pressing, you're really sticking your head through so you can get that lockout down. But overall, fun time. I enjoy training with her, watching her do that, as well as me kind of get back into the swing of it, because I haven't done that in a while. Now from there, we actually moved on to low bar back squats, and I haven't done low bar in about a month because it was irritating my elbow pretty bad, and I've been doing everything beltless up until this point. So this is the first time that I got to do low bar back squat with using a belt, and I accidentally read my programming wrong. Sorry, Alan. And I wasn't using a belt, but I worked all the way up to a top set of around 500 pounds without a belt. So that was pretty cool, just to show myself that I didn't need the belt for that. But after that, I did put the belt on and complete a couple more sets. But I went something around the jumps of like 400, 455, 475, and then I hit a set of 500 pounds, and then I backed off a little bit. But feeling pretty good. You know, the hardest part actually right now is how hot it is in the gym and how much sweat is pouring out of my body. So trying to keep that low bar in that position the entire time without slipping on my shirt or anything like that, it's kind of been the issue. But little things, you know, you can work on and improve upon. Coach Tanya had also really only low barred, I think, one time at the barbell medicine seminar prior to this, and she wanted more exposure with the low bar, so she was working on that as well. And I knew she was doing it right, because as she was squatting and she was finishing her set, she just kept saying, "Wow, really feeling this in my posterior chain and my hamstrings more, and I was proud of her because that's where you want to be feeling it if you're used to high bar squatting all the time and then you switch over to low bar. And typically with your low bar, you're going to be able to push higher numbers than high bar. So it was good just to get back to this for the sake of training, you know, being able to throw my belt on, which was cool, but also show the improvement that I've had without wearing a belt for such a long time. It's really increased my tolerance with beltless training. But feeling good, you know, it was a good training session, very draining, and a lot of work was put in. So the last movement that I got to do was the bench press, and I haven't bench pressed or flat bench pressed in a while, typically because it's been irritating my AC joint. So getting slowly back into that, and what's cool about this that really helped is I got to use the slingshot. So if you haven't used the slingshot, really what it's used for is overload work. So you're gonna be able to probably bench anywhere from 5 to 10 to 12% more than you typically would without it. And it's also good to take away maybe some extra strain on the shoulders, which is mainly why people would use it, is because they'd have banged up shoulders and they couldn't get the work in. So Mark Bell created this tool to use, and now I'm using it and it's actually been helping. So without really benching much, or actually flat benching much, I worked from 275, felt really good, slight bit of pain, bumped up to 315, still felt very strong, a little bit of pain there, but the slingshot did help a lot. Then I went to around 345. I think I hit a set from there at 365 and then ended with 375. And these were all for sets of 4 reps. And then there was a back off that I hit at the end. So same rep scheme as the long clean and press, but just for the flat bench. But it was pretty good. You know, like I said, I haven't done much benching, and my bench, I hit the 375 for 4, granted with the slingshot on, but I will say that my strength felt awesome. This is more just me kind of dealing around the issue of the AC joint and the pain. You probably will see Duke in some of these videos because he just wouldn't leave my side. He's my spotter, my gym bro. He's adorable and he's getting very massive. But fun stuff going on down there at the den. You know, everybody's getting stronger. We're pushing each other, pushing through this heat, which is just adding another variable to the training, but going to make you more mentally tough. And as I go into Worlds, one of the biggest things I'm trying to, you know, really get down is my mental game, my mental aspect. When everybody's there, they're gonna be strong people. That's not gonna be, you know, the issue. The big thing is gonna come down to, can you mentally push when others can't? How do you work as a team? And these are all little variables that I'm trying to get better at as an athlete, will help me ultimately down the road with coaching. So I can't thank you guys enough for all your continual support. I wanna send a huge thank you, 1, to my training partner, Coach Tanya, you're amazing. 2, to Brian Alzer for exposing me to strongman, because I've only been doing this, you know, for less than a year, and to get the invite to Team Worlds without doing it, you know, that long is huge. And if it wasn't for him literally just at a chance helping me out with this kind of stuff, I wouldn't be on this journey. And then of course I want to say thank you to Coach Thrall, who's just kind of been helping me along, you know, with my programming, with my bumps, my bruises, my whining, my complaining, and just motivating me to really kick ass and take some names. And then lastly, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning into this channel. This channel is really growing at a rapid rate. You guys are giving great feedback, and I kind of have this really cool community of people. So just thanks for watching the videos, guys, checking out all this content. It means the absolute world to me. You know, I want to say a big thing though is to make sure that you guys have coaches who are helping you with your programming, or just somebody to talk to with your training, because if I didn't have coaches and supportive people in my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. You know, that's with my numbers, that's with the success that I've had with the gym, the YouTube channel. You surround yourself with a really good group of people, and you have people that you can communicate and talk to. So I really highly suggest that you guys get a coach or have a support system that's going to take you to another level. Okay, if you guys have any questions, you know, just come check it out right here, and I can help you the best I can, or refer you to people that I know can help you. But until then, guys, have an awesome weekend, week, whatever, wherever you're at in your life. Keep kicking booty and taking some names. Peace.